Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're up to. Hi. Hey, Robert. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Yep, that's my first sip of delicious coffee this morning. Hello, Mom. Welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Chat. Good morning, Carmen. Hi, Lori. It is Friday, June 16th in real life time for those of you that are live with me today. But if you're watching this in the future, it might be a different day. Good morning, Karen. It's the beauty of technology and replays. You don't have to be on live. You can always catch replays, which is such a gift. Anyway, this week I titled this chat, Right, Wrong, or Greater. And hello, Willow. I've got had an interesting thing come up for myself in the last couple of weeks. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory. I'm also a horse trainer. I have horses. I teach riding lessons. I've always loved horses. And a few years ago, I think it would have been 2 years this fall. So 2021, the spring of 2021. Yeah. This lady reached out to me. I had no idea who she was. She actually sent me an email and she told me a little bit about herself, and she told me that she's never had a horse before, but she would really like to get a horse and she needs a place to keep it, and wondered if I board horses. And she'd heard about me from Brad and Corey at the Paradise Ranch in Western Wear. And my first response was, no, I do not board horses. Nope. We don't, the way that our yard is set up. And I take client horses, but I don't board. Anyway, but I couldn't really say no. And so I kind of talked to Travis, my husband, about it. And right away, he's like, hard no. But I'm like, I think this lady really kind of needs me in the sense of she's never owned a horse before. She's going to need a lot of help, like even going out to catch her horse. Oh, and she was telling me she was wanting to get a horse to get her body outside and moving more. She wasn't that interested in riding per se, but she just wanted to learn about horses and be with horses. Hello, Jackie G. And she has some physical and health stuff going on, and she wanted to look at that. And so my reply to her was, I don't board horses, but we can give this a try and see how it goes, kind of thing. And so her horse ended up coming in April 2021. And yeah, she needed so much attention in the beginning. Like when she would come out, she just didn't understand, even how to put a halter on. She didn't even know what a halter was. And the horse was pretty good, actually. The horse was not broke for riding under saddle, but she had the basics. She knew how to lead and tie, and the lady was such a gift because she just loved coming out to brush her horse. And that first summer, she was so dedicated. She would come every day. And it was really cool to work with her. And she bought some lessons with me and stuff like that. So, and she has ridden our horses a few times. And she did try to send her horse away for some training. But her horse, she just wasn't willing to be ridden. She is an older horse as well. I think she's 7 or 8. And so when they get to be that old and haven't been going yet under saddle, they're just a little more stubborn about it sometimes. Especially, her name is Ginger, and she's a spicy little redhead. She has large opinions about what she likes and what she doesn't like. And it's been really cool because she has facilitated her owner to step up and be this leader energy in her life, because if when she was working with Ginger, if she wasn't being the dominant energy entity, Ginger would walk all over her, and it wouldn't be fun for her at all. And so it's been a couple of years, like practicing this. And yes, I could teach her the things to do, but she also had to learn how to be, which has been really cool to see them evolve. So it's been an interesting adventure. And then this last year, like, our life is changing. Our kids are doing 4-H. We have some baby horses and young horses, and just our yard is pretty limited for space. And I'm a little bit fussy with the horses. I don't like them all to be together. I'm maybe a little a little controlling with them that way, or am I aware of what's creating greater? So they need to be separate. A few of them can go together, but for the most part, like, they need to have some separate pens. And the kids wanted to take a steer in 4-H next year, and Travis and I were having this conversation about our yard and how it's all going to work. And he's like, well, I think that Ginger needs to leave now. And right away, I go into resistance and reaction, and I'm like, no, that's stupid. Like, I'm not kicking them out. And Michelle has been... Michelle, the lady, Ginger's owner, has been an excellent boarder. She has always paid her board. I've never had to ask her for it. She's always so grateful. And I was going to the energy of, she didn't do anything wrong. She did nothing wrong. I can't kick her out. She did nothing wrong. And I'm like, and I could, perceive these thoughts in my head. Like, I'm like, wow, Catherine, there's no question in that. And I could really see where I was still choosing things in my life based on right and wrong, not what's going to create greater. And so I caught that, and I'm like, then I asked the question, like, okay, so, and it makes me wrong. I'm an asshole for kicking her out when nothing is wrong. Is that really true? Or what is this going to facilitate for her and for us, So yeah, that was a really big wedgie for myself. And it's such a gift when these things come up in your life, because I really, like, the tools of Access Consciousness is really about getting out of the polarity of life, getting out of trying to get it right and trying not to be wrong, and making a choice that's going to create greater. And I caught myself red-handed in the right and wrong. And I'm like grateful for that catch, because that was creating the limitation. I'm like, what's actually going to create a greater future here? And it was to kick her out, so to speak. So I didn't you're kicked out, but I waited. It was a few days. I knew she was going to be here. And then I just had a conversation with her, and I'm like, listen, Michelle, it's time for you and Ginger to move along. And I'm really grateful for all of this and for you, showing me. She also facilitated things for me. And you have done nothing wrong. I made sure to say that, although I'm sure she knew. I'm like, you've been an excellent boarder. It just doesn't fit anymore in our yard, with everything that we have going on. And I could tell, I think she was a little disappointed, but, and at the same time, she could have let this totally deflate her bubble and think that she has to then sell her horse. But she didn't. And she's like, okay, she's like, thank you very much. Yes, I totally understand. And, I told her that I would help her find a new place if she needed me to. I'm happy to haul her horse to the new place. And so no, it really catalyzed something. She actually just texted me the other day. She found a place. She's very excited she found a place. And I'm like, what if it's time, what she's asking for? What is she going to receive by moving her horse to another place with different people that have different possibilities available, to her, and then we have something different showing up, and so I wanted to invite you to look at in your life where you are choosing things because it's right and wrong. Or would you be willing to look at what's going to create greater? And oftentimes when things are maybe like you're coasting along, like maybe just a similar kind of a flat energy, and you just keep choosing and choosing, and it's like, are you choosing because nothing has gone wrong yet where you need to make a different choice? Like, what if we didn't need to have anything go wrong before we stepped into choosing something greater? Yeah. that and what if it's that, and yeah. Yeah. Oftentimes sometimes we need to create events or some drama with people in order to force ourselves to make a different choice. But what if you didn't have to? What if you could just choose? And yeah. Anyway, that is my coffee chit chat with you guys this morning. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining me live, and to those of you watching in the future. If you have any questions or comments or anything at all, I'm here. If you'd like to get your bars run sometime, I'm here. And if you were looking for a bars practitioner in your area, I might be able to help you find that too. So anyway, what else is possible beyond what we could ever imagine? Have an amazing day, whatever you're up to. Cheers. Bye-bye for now.